Hi, it's Dave with Rooke Products, and I'm going to briefly discuss the four devices that we manufacture. First is our signature device, is our Rooke Boot. It's been used by surgeons and nurses for nearly 30 years now. The inside material is synthetic, but what it does is it naturally warms to vasodilate your patient. It gives your patient a huge boost of perfusion. Where one size fits most, we can take up to a size 16 foot by adjusting the toe box flap. You'll notice the deep heel cup. Very gradual slope and a very nicely deep heel cup offloads your patients tremendously. On each of the boots we have foot drop straps both sides, give your patient some protection of the foot drop, give a gentle retraction, tack it up to the side. Grippy surface on the bottom. While we don't recommend the patients walk in these, we do realize that they do from time to time without assistance. That's why we've added some grippy surface on the bottom. Anti-rotation wedge comes with each one of the devices. We have Velcro on both sides, so whichever way the limb is rotating, you want to prevent that. Tack that on, and the anti-rotation wedge will stop it from rotating. Keep it upright. Next, we have the Rooke Mitt. Same material as the boot on the inside, so it'll help perfuse your patient. For your patients that have Raynaud's, AV access steel, any type of hand ischemia, you can lay the limb in, Velcro it together. Very easy to put in an unresponsive patient's hand, open it up to check arterial lines, etc. We also have on here a strap that you can use if you have a real thin wrist to help keep it in place so it doesn't end up falling off the patient's limb. Our Rooke BKA stump protector, immediate post-op use, contraction control and fall protection. When you lay the limb in, the end of the residual limb will be down here. You can notice how well padded that is. We're up to 29 reports now of patients wearing the device, falling, and not one is dehisced. If you need to, if you have a shorter limb, we put in 2 spacers to help build it up. We also have double stitch lines on both the flaps. We put in scissors for you to trim this, so you don't have to fold it over like I'm doing, but cut it like I've done here. Customize it to the width of your patient's limb. This goes on top of the patella. That's how we get the contraction control. There's a hard backing, pushes the patient back into place, keeps them in place, and there's where we get the contraction control. Now with each one of the devices, we do put in a waist belt for when your patient goes to physical therapy. Put the waist belt on. It's universal, so the strap will go to either side. When the device is on, they'll tack that on there. It'll keep it up for your patient while they're in the physical therapy. Lastly, we have an AK to complement a BK. It is also for immediate post-op use, limb protection, very well padded again at the bottom. If you have a shorter limb, we put in a spacer. Flap is trimmable. Add scissors for you. You can cut it whatever width your patient's limb is. Put in the waist belt. Now you'll notice this is much thicker and it's much softer than the BK waist belt. That's because your patient is more than likely going to wear this when they're in bed. You'll want to put this on right after the surgery in the transfer process. There's Velcro. Put it on top of the pannus. We've given you a lot of extra here in case you have a very large patient. If not, you can trim it off. It also comes with 2 leg straps. The leg straps down together, and then that will keep the AK up. We put in 2, so if you wanted to put another one here and triangulate it to help keep them up. Now you notice on the bottom of the screen my cell phone number and my email. If you have any questions concerning any of our 4 products, or I also have separate videos that do a little bit more instruction on how the products work. I can send you the links to those. Or we can talk and discuss maybe getting you some samples. So either text me, call me, or email me, and I'll be glad to get that information to you. Thank you very much.